humility. You touched on it, but exclusively just talking about how humility is important to an organization and from a leadership perspective.
Humility is the most important characteristic for a human being to have, definitely for a leader to have, and in an organization. And what we're talking about right now, if you're not humble enough to think that maybe you need to make some adjustments, that is going to bite you. And it might not bite you tomorrow, it might not even bite you next year, but it will bite you. So we have to stay humble all the time. We're in a constant battle with our ego. Now, is there a dichotomy to this? Yes, there is. Of course there is. Do we want to have people to have some ego? Yeah, of course. I want someone that wants to work hard. I want someone that wants to win. Yes. But do I want somebody that's going to make bad decisions so they can win? That's going to win for them but hurts the company? No, don't want that. Do I want somebody that hoards information because they like to be powerful? No, I want somebody that's humble. So I'm constantly looking for that characteristic when I bring people on board, when I was putting people in leadership positions in the SEAL team. It's like, who is humble enough to not think they know everything, to listen to what other people have to say, to recognize that they could be wrong about some of their ideas, and then make adjustments. We have to stay humble.
With you, can you explain how you make decisions and how you're constantly questioning, like, maybe that was the wrong decision? And I feel like that's a big component of humility and how your decision-making process works, and how you're always like, okay, I made this decision, but there's a very good chance it could be completely wrong.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not confident when I make a decision, because when I make a decision, I'm making that decision for a reason. But I'm also sitting there in the back of my head thinking, okay, I could be wrong, and I might have to adjust this. And that served me very well, because the minute you make a decision and you think that you are 100% right, well, cool. You're not going to take any more input. You're not going to change your decision. I have no problem changing a decision that I made. I have no problem saying, hey, the plan I came up with is not a good plan. Let's make some adjustments. I have no problem with that at all. So, yeah, I'll make decisions. What I do, it's a little trick. It's kind of cheating. I make small decisions rapidly. I don't sit around to gather all the information and wait to make one big decision and commit all my resources based on one big decision. No, I make iterative decisions, small decisions, and I make them quickly. And that way, if I made the wrong decision, I haven't risked much and I can make adjustments.
What about having the humility to understand that a plan is not working at all and that you need to course correct rather than just saying, no, we need to just keep hammering this?
Well, that's wrapped up in what I just said. If we come up with a bad plan and it's not going well, we need to be humble enough to say, you know what? That's not a good plan. Need to go in a different direction. I've seen plenty of people ride a bad plan into the dirt, as we say. The reason we say that is because guys will have while parachuting, they'll pull their parachute and there'll be a problem with the parachute. It's not opening. And they'll sit there and mess with that parachute and mess with that parachute and mess with that parachute until they hit the ground. So we call that riding that parachute into the dirt. And you can do that with a plan. Hey, here's our plan. We go start to execute it. It's not working the way we want it to. Man, get rid of that one. That's why we have a reserve parachute. Pull out another one. Pull out a different plan. Let's try something else.
What happens when, like, you feel like you're in a good spot, but you have someone, maybe your boss, is just a complete asshole? I mean, lots of ego at play. How do you manage that? Or people underneath you that you're trying to lead, there might be some big egos there. How do you manage that as a leader?
So I got a boss with a big ego? Let's do that one first. Cool. Got a boss with a big ego? Awesome. He wants to win. I'm going to let him win. I'm going to make sure he wins. He's going to love me because I'm going to win for him and give him the credit. And he's going to love me and he's going to give me what I need to get the job done. That one's pretty easy. Got some people below me in the chain of command? Got a big ego? Think they know how to do things? Cool. Aaron, you seem like you got a good plan on how you want to make this happen. Come up with a plan. Let me know how you want to make it happen. Let's go. You got it. No problem. No factor. The problem isn't their egos. The problem is my ego. That's the problem. The problem is you come in and say, hey, Jocko, I know a better way to do this. And I go, you've only been here doing this for 3 years. You don't know anything. That's not your problem. That's my problem. That's my problem. My boss has a big ego, wants the credit. I can't believe he wants the credit. I'm the one that ran this project. That's not his ego, that's the problem. It's my ego. Put my ego in check. No factor.
I'm just cracking up because this is just, you just see this play out all the time within our organization. I mean, it's just me.
Play out every day.
Yeah.
With company after company after company, with SEAL platoon after SEAL platoon after SEAL platoon, with organization after organization. This stuff. This is why I have a business.
Yeah, humility is, I mean, I think the construction industry as a whole is why I love it. It has a lot of humble people. They like to have their actions speak for them. They're fairly humble, kind of salt of the earth, but it's still a big issue. I mean, you still have the egos, and it's one that I don't think people want to do what you just said. Hey, I got this boss,
Of course not.
and you know, the way to win is to look at your own ego. Your big problem with your boss is your own ego and lack of humility, and your big problem with this person is not it's not them. They're always going to be there. It's all internal.
Yeah, and if you put this through the lens of extreme ownership, my boss has a big ego. That's my fault. That's what I'm going to fix. I'm going to fix me, not my boss. Me. My subordinate has a big ego. Cool. That's my fault. I'm going to fix myself. Put my own ego in check.